Airtel Thanks co-presents The Calling, co-powered by Sony Bravia OLED, Swiggy and Fog.
You know, we've been to so many places so far, but this was the first time that we were actually getting to experience the culture of a place at the grassroots level. That too in the Northeast. And you know, Atmaj and I, we'd come here for the first time and we were really excited about this. So I took Atmaj to a village called Novit and I was really excited to be sharing this with him.
So the second you enter this village, the first thing you actually notice is just how clean everything is. And immediately you have these little kids laughing, smiling, and these ladies greeting you. It just kind of shows a sense of community as well, right? And then we reach a hut. And that's where Preeti starts explaining what exactly we're doing here.
So here we are, we're sitting in a 175-year-old traditional Khasi house.
It looks amazing.
We're here with Ba Pinsha. He lives here. His family has been here for 18 centuries. That is a long...
It's a really long time to
really
say
long
it's
time.
in my house.
It's like the traditional architecture since then has withstood the test of time. It's withstood 3 earthquakes and everything that, you know, that state has been through. Which is incredible because
Actually
a single
incredible.
earthquake would bring a concrete building down like that.
One of the major things in terms of just these houses in general and the way they build them is that nothing is really bolted down. It's all like just like Legos, kind of like put together, so when it shakes, it just like moves along with. So one thing I've been curious about, it is basically a matriarchy where the female is predominantly given a title.
Yes.
तो आपके ख्याल क्या है उसके बारे में?
What we understood was that this is a culture that dates back to a really ancient time when the men used to go to war and the women used to take care of the household. So the household used to belong to the women and it still does.
I'm someone who's been surrounded by amazing and inspirational women all my life. Knowing that Meghalaya is actually a matriarchy was something that really hit close to home for me. So that's why I decided, hey, you know what, there's a lot more that I want to know. यहाँ पे जिंदगी क्या होती है? How आप store कैसे करते हो जो खाना है, पानी है, आप चाय
कैसे बनी?
ये खाते हैं? I'm not sure what the white thing was. What was
Lime.
Lime? Oh, I'm eating a wall. Do I swallow my spit?
You
know, we city people, we live in this little bubble and we have these assumptions about things. But that's really not how it is because these people live a fabulous life. And I think that's something where travel plays a really important part because it helps you push past what you think you know. And it opens your eyes to what's actually out there in the world. Right in front of you is like the entire Meghalaya. And if you look off to the stretch on the left is Bangladesh. Wow. And you can see it all. I mean, it was kind of foggy, but you couldn't see it all.
Nice.
And
Hey, we've seen Pakistan and Bangladesh like that till now.
yeah,
That's pretty cool, right?
And just when you think it can't get any better, so there's this tribe that they name each other with whistles. So basically,
Yes, so they belong to this village called Kongthong and the
This is
village...
the whistling village.
It's called the Whistling Village. So all of them have whistle names. Oh, that is so cool.
everyone in the village has a whistling name, and there's a certain tune that goes on in the mother's head before the child is born, and that is what goes on to become their name. And I think that's something that's pretty amazing. And then we both got whistle name.
What? That's so cool.
Close enough. Yeah, close enough.
With a little practice, I could get it.
Okay, let me try. I can't whistle. So I'm actually pretty happy with the experience that I curated for Atmaj because I think both of us got to experience something new and got to experience a completely different culture. And I do think he enjoyed it too.
The entire experience is actually something that helped me learn and grow. And it's definitely widened my perspective because now I wouldn't just be like, yeah, I went to the Northeast. I'd say, yes, I went to Meghalaya. That's definitely something I'm taking away and going to have in my memory for life. It's like one thing ended on a certain note, and the other one started
Began
on
on
another
a new
note.
note.
See what I did there?
So I had to give Atmaj a musical experience, and for this I was given the choice of going with a rock band, folk musicians, or going with a choir. Given my background, singing in a cappella groups and having been in choirs, I was very excited to go with that. So then I got in touch with a lovely lady who runs the choir called Auntie Pauline. The idea now was to basically put on a private concert for Atmaj. I wanted to look presentable for church, so I decided to use the Philips Multi-Groomer. It's a really versatile tool and got me ready on time. So I have now a different perspective on the culture of Shillong and the culture of the Northeast that I want to share with you today.
Dude!
Nice, huh?
Amazing!
This way we checked off our architectural and historical experience as well. But really, honestly, all I was doing was trying to give him space, maybe to soak in the silence of the church and get into that sort of peaceful, calm space so that the impact of the music when it began would be even greater.
Oh, let's me fly. Oh, let's me fly. Lord, 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 let's me fly. Oh, Lord, let's me fly. Lord, let's me fly.
I could see that Atmaj was surprised. Right? For a guy who normally has a total poker face and doesn't display what he's feeling, it was nice to get a little bit of expression out of him, you know?
Let me fly.
I was in a choir when I was a kid and I used to love singing. This was something that took me back to my childhood and literally my jaw was on the floor. I was just kind of wondering, like, how does this day get any better than this?
So we have a little show for you tonight.
Ooh, sounds fun.
What I do also have for you is a little program
Okay.
for your experience tonight.
You actually got it printed out with my name. So I opened it up and there are 4 songs and each one of them had a particular message that related to me from our conversations.
One day, one day.
One of the songs that I picked was One Day I'll Fly Away. It's a song about feeling trapped, about longing to escape from this, place that you can't get away from, that you'll fly away. And I was like, oh, this is total Atmaj.
To me, it shows how much of attention he's actually paid, and for him to translate that into a song was something that actually shook me up and pushed me slightly more towards the emotional side. I don't show emotions the same way everybody else does. To me, every time I've shown my emotions or been vulnerable, it's something that's come back to bite me in the ass. But when I look around, there's literally nothing and no one that can hurt me. So maybe I just drop my guard and enjoy this performance for a change. Every single song that was in that meant something at some point. But the thing that had me up in joy was that he also started singing.
You did.
With them.
Of course you did. What did you sing?
What do you think? When I find myself in times of trouble, my Lord and Savior comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Atmaj and I had the chance to chat a few times. I know he'd been struggling with some things. I knew he'd had to deal with some personal losses in his life. I was very struck by this. I was very struck by the enormity of the things he'd had to face, right? And I wanted to pick a song that would speak to that, would speak to those things in life that are unsettled, right? Something that hasn't been put to rest or processed.
Just let it be. Let it be. Let it be.
And man, when I was up there singing to him, and it really felt like I was singing right to him. And I really wanted to tell him that, to just let it be. It's going to be okay. And in that moment, I looked over at Atmaj and I knew it was working.
You know how sometimes you ask for a sign or something to kind of show you the way? That's what Let It Be was for me. It was a way of saying, you know what? You're going through it's fine, but this moment, these kids and him singing to you is never going to come again. So enjoy it. I feel like I owe you a hug now.
So at the end of, after the show was done, right, Atmaj looked at me and he was like, let's hug this out. He was like, let's have a real hug, not like, you know, a side bro hug, because this was something that meant a lot. To be honest, I think it was really an emotional experience for the both of us.
La, la, la.